You're listening to Real Talk Texas with local expert Steve Hakes. Now, here's Steve.
Welcome back to Real Talk Texas. In the studio today, we've got David Rosenbaum. He's with Premier Real Estate Solutions here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They truly cover the whole metroplex. I think your office is over in Fort Worth.
Yes.
And so at Affiliated Bank, I do a lot of the lending that helps out these guys and their clients in what they're doing as far as remodeling, rehabbing, things like that. One of the things we do at Affiliated Bank that some banks can't do is we will help. Fannie Mae guidelines say typically that you can have your home plus 9 properties. So you can have up to 10 single-family homes or 10 mortgages with no problem, and we'll do those. A lot of the lenders out there, though, have put an overlay on it and say we'll only do up to 5. And we're one of the few banks in town that still allow you to go to 10 properties. And so that's where we get involved a lot with David and his clients that are investors. So with Premier Real Estate Solution, I know you're an investor yourself, David. And so, above and beyond that, because you've put this team together to do different things, and I always talk to people that come on the show about, it's always good to have a team. So you're not the person having to do everything, and you still have a life. But you've got some really good teams put together. What are some of the services you offer to the real estate investor out there?
I think what we can offer investors, and being an investor myself, it's a challenge when you're out there buying properties, fixing them and trying to resell them or rent them out. And one of the hottest things right now, I think, in the market for an investor on the investment standpoint is rentals. They call them buy and holds, where you're finding a property that you've purchased, whether it's a foreclosure or a distressed property we talked about earlier. We're able to come in from that concept to completion or soup to nuts and work with that investor, because we are investors. So we realize what the investor is looking for. We know what the market's going to bear, what it's going to hold, what the house has to look like. And then once that house is completed by us on our contracting side, we're able to come in there and manage that property for them. What do I mean by that is we're able to come in monthly collecting the rent dues, manage that property, any small work that's needed because things happen on rentals, take care of the yard work. So those services that are offered to investors are those kinds of things, because as an investor, I don't want to necessarily deal with the rentals that I have because I have so many of them. And so what we're able to do is offset that for that investor and say, listen, you go do what you do, which is invest. You buy properties, we'll help you fix them, remodel them, and then get them back on the market. Or if you're going to hold it as a rental, let us take care of all the headaches. And I don't mean that renters are headaches. What I mean is there's headaches that come with owning a home. Whether it's a personal home,
air conditioner went out,
exactly,
something like
right.
that, and they get the
you don't want that phone call, exactly.
My sink's leaking at 1 a.m.
Exactly. So currently, right now, within Premier Real Estate Solutions, the different divisions we've been talking about, we have a management division that we handle about 35 properties right now, looking to grow that side and expand that side to help that investor stay focused on investing. Let us kind of per se do the dirty work. Let us be the person that the folks can call at the midnight, as you said, 3 a.m, whatever it may be. But again, on top of that, you want to make sure you have a management company that's giving somebody personal attention. That's transparent, that's customer service oriented. I don't just want to give them some fly-by-night, hey, we're the management company. You're going to get everything from us, like I said in the beginning, is that professional experience. And whether it's a homeowner remodel, an investor, or a renter, we're all human beings. We all want professional treatment. We want to be treated and respected right. That's what you're going to find with us. And I pride ourselves on that, and I know Phil does as well, is being that company that although things happen, you're going to get professionalism and communication across the board. And that's the folks that we have in our company and the way we're growing this business.
It's so funny because in the mortgage business, of course, we have things that pop up throughout the loan file process, things like that. And the biggest thing I coach our staff on at Affiliated Bank is, make the phone call, answer the phone call. Even if it's bad news, even if you have no news. Sometimes you just got to pick up the phone and say, I talked to you a half hour ago and we still don't have any news today.
Right.
And some customers are a little more needy than others. They need to know every minute what you're doing. And other ones, they just know that you're going to take care of it, but they just want you to let them know as the file progresses through there. But I think that goes across board in all businesses. My whole career has always been about, people will say, well, he answers his phone.
Right.
And he tells me what's going on. And if I've got a contractor in there, I don't want him ducking my phone calls.
Yeah. That's, nowadays we talk about that. Hey, I'm a texter. You got to text. You got to be able to move with the times and change. But you make a great point, and I think with our company as well, I pride myself on this, and we do. And we're going to answer the phone. We're going to talk to you. Nothing's perfect. We're not perfect, but we're going to give you the answers that you need and get it taken care of. My kind of philosophy is, hey, things that may not always work out the way they're planned or started, but we will get it finished and we'll get through it. So you're actually absolutely right. And there's a lot of companies out there that don't do that. And there's people that don't operate that way. They don't want to pick the phone up. They want to hide behind that, in my opinion. And you're not going to get that with us. If I can't answer the phone, I'm going to text you back and say I'll call you back in 15 minutes.
Because you're with somebody or something like that.
You know me well enough to know that that's how we operate, and that's huge. Transparency is huge.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll be in a meeting at corporate or something like that, and I'll have someone that I know they're trying to reach me, but I cannot step out of the meeting. I'll send them a quick text back and just say, hey, in the meeting, I'll call you in 30 minutes or something like that. And people like that. I mean, rather than them saying, hey, I tried to call him, and then no one ever answered the phone, So I think that's the worst thing you can do as far as dealing with people in business in general. If you just tuned in, we've got in the studio today, we've got Premier Real Estate Solutions. We've got David Rosenbaum. They're basically from concept to completion is their slogan. They'll do everything that you need with real estate. And we were talking earlier about how they go in and do remodeling. They can give free quotes. They've got a special offer to the first 10 listeners that send in a text. So pull out your cell phone, put in this number, 817-925-2546. That's 817-925-2546. Just type in the word fix, or if you're driving, please don't text and drive. Just go ahead and pick up the phone and leave a verbal message that just says, hey, I'd like to get in touch with Premier Real Estate Solutions, or put me in touch with David, and I'll do that for you. Now, also, I want to add my bit as well, is that, when you're looking at remodeling or adding something to your house, or maybe you're buying a house, and there are things you can do. It doesn't have to be perfect when you walk into a home. And when you're getting ready to purchase a home, there's some great programs that, whether if it's a first-time buyer, there's things called an FHA 203K or a Streamline 203K. And a lot of people don't know about these. And Fannie Mae has products out there, too, that are home-style rehabs. We do those here at Affiliated Bank. So you can walk into a house and you can say, okay, they're wanting $300,000 for it, or let's get down, FHA limits $271. So say they want $275,000 for the house. And you walk in and you go, wow, it's really outdated. But if I just had $20,000 or even up to $35,000 on an FHA home, you need to call me if you're thinking about that, because we can do a streamline refinance on a streamline 203K, which means there's not 5 draws. It's a one-time boom. Here's $35,000. You get a contractor bid. We put it in the loan. Now we loan you up to the maximum, the $271, and you move into a house that's the colors you want, the kitchen you want, the master bath you want. I mean, it's a fantastic program, and a lot of people don't know it exists, and we do it here at Affiliated Bank. So you want to reach out and call me at my office. You hear it on the ads that are coming in there. There's also another one, which is Fannie Mae, and those loans go up to $417,000, okay? And it's up to $70,000 that you can put into a house in a home style rehab. So there's some great remodel loans out there, and that's why, you can call it, Real Talk Texas. I mean, we've got the lending that you need. We've got the right people to help you do these remodels. So it's a great solution for you. So pick up your cell phone. I'm going to have you give you that number one more time, because you can get, 20% off. 20% off your job as long as you get it done by end of July. If you're one of the first 10 people to call the show here or send a text at 817-925-2546. That's 817-925-2546. We can finance it, and you can get it fixed up quickly, and you even get a discount if you reach out today to the show. So today we've got Premier Real Estate Solutions, David Rosenbaum, great product out there, great solutions. Your partner Phil Loesch, we've had him on before. He's done a lot of those remodels that are done. There's actually a show that's going to be on A&E in the fall, and I know he's doing a lot of that work for that company, that when they're going in, and you'll be able to see some of Phil's work on TV. I think it starts in September. But basically, this is Premier Real Estate Solutions. I mean, they're the ones coming in there doing these remodels for these people that are investors or buying homes, or maybe they're buying their first house. It's not exactly the way they want it, so we can fix it up for them and get them the right loan that helps them do that. So there's a lot of solutions. Don't feel like that when you walk in, that's just the way it is. Got to have a little vision. I know Dana and I looked at a property yesterday in Uptown, And it was a loft type of deal. And I'll tell you what, if you don't have vision, you don't have vision. And I have pretty good vision, and it was difficult. This place was it was a Fannie Mae foreclosure, and I was in there looking at it, and it's been reduced in price for the last every 30 days for the last 90 days. And I thought, oh, maybe I get a steal by the office, and we can have a place that we can move into there. Of course, Dana doesn't want to move into Uptown. Everybody knows that so far. She still wants to be out in Colleyville. So we had a little bit of debate on that, but
have vision and don't be afraid.
That's the thing, I think. And I think if I had an expert, if you guys would have been with me, been able to walk me through, hey, if you just do this, do that, and you could paint the picture for me a little bit, I might have had a different experience. But I was just me and Dana and the realtor, and we decided not to move forward.
Yeah, just make sure, and make sure you have realtors out there and people. Everybody believes they know everything about everything. Just make sure when you're going somewhere, don't be afraid, don't be scared, then call a contractor like us. Let us come out and tell you it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Don't get scared. You've seen all these shows out there, but give us a call.
Well, and that's going to conclude the show for us today. Really appreciate David Rosenbaum of Premier Real Estate Solutions coming in to the studio today to talk about some of the things they do for you listeners out there. And again, for the best rates, the lowest fees, you want to call Steve Hakes. That's me at Affiliated Bank at 214-643-6021. That's 214-643-6021. And while I'm talking to you, if you need some help from David and his firm, just make sure you reach out to us there as well. Take advantage of that 20% off offer and call me today. You're listening to Real Talk Texas, AM 570, KLIF, News and Information.